It helps to do it with the muted strings, but sometimes it's fun to do it with a chord that all 6 strings sound good on. So sometimes that's fun too.
What chord is that?
Just E. Just E.
That doesn't look like an E.
It certainly does.
Well, I mean, it does. It doesn't look like this.
It certainly does.
It may sound like that. It doesn't look like that. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought you had this finger down over here.
Okay, well, sometimes looking at a person's fingers can be deceiving.
Yes.
I have a hard time when I look at your fingers. I can't tell what you're doing.
Well, I don't blame you. I got fat fingers.
Okay, we're going to go to 145.
Okay, 145.
As you know, there are 7 whole notes, not counting the sharps and the flats. When we're playing blues, a lot of rock and roll, a lot of popular music, and the foundation is the 1-4-5 pattern,
4-5.
which is the chords relative to each other. We've done this before with the hand. If something's played in the key of A, that's the 1 chord. What are the 4 and the 5 chords, please? In the key of A.
Do you need?
Very good. So what's the 4 and 5 in the key of C?
4 and 5 in the key of C,
Yeah.
so C, B, E, F, G.
Yeah, very good. So let's play a C.
You would pick a C, wouldn't you?
Now, do you know how to play C7 by putting your pinky down?
No.
3rd fret of the 3rd string?
3rd fret of the 3rd string.
That's the 2nd string. There you go. That's C7.
So basically, you're covering up the 1st fret. No, it's.
There you go. You're on the 3rd string with your pinky. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. See, now there's that flying thumb thing again.
So yeah, what you're now they're turning the G into what? What note is that? Where your pinky is?
Oh God, I hate you.
It's an A sharp. All right,
That's
so
an A sharp.
So-
I was thinking of that one out.
so let's hear just those 4 strings with a pinching style. With a pinching style. We got a thumb, index, middle, and 3rd finger. Each have their assignment. You should be playing 4 strings with 4 fingers. And we don't care about the pinky. He's got no job. It's just thumb, index, middle, ring. There you go. We're pinching. All of them. Everybody's got an assignment.
Yeah, well, my fingers.
Get your pinky out of
My
there.
fingers are not.
Get your pinky out of
My
there.
fingers are not playing well with other.
They don't play well together. Your index finger is not plucking his string. I'm sitting there looking at him. That string's not even moving. There. Better. Keep holding that chord.
Mess around here a little bit. Wow, this is something where my fingers aren't used to this. Okay, so we've got do.
There you go. We're just playing like the 4 middle strings. That once you get that chord, keep it, hold it. Don't let it go anywhere. There you go.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it, but it was close. That's better.
That's better.
A little better.
Much better. And all the fingers aren't doing their jobs. There you go. Better. That's why you got to get nails on that hand, man. All right, so everybody on there now. Look at.
I hate that.
Now check my hand out. Check my hand out. Look at my thumb. My thumb is out past the fingers. You got him back here. He got to be out past the fingers. There you go.
That's better.
Yeah. Get him past the fingers. There you go. That's it. All right. I wanted to show you this because this is a real popular and common.
It's easier to get all the fingers moving too.
Isn't it? All right. So in this shape.
Aren't you a proud daddy?
In this shape, would you find the 4 and 5, please?
Oh, wait a minute.
On the neck.
Wait a minute.
Keep this shape.
Okay.
Don't worry about the right hand right now. Now we're talking about the left hand.
Hang on. My fingers aren't cooperating again.
Get the thumb out past, please. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. This is important. This is very important when it comes to finger style. Your thumb is still not far enough out past the fingers. There we go. This is a lot of. I watch some guys at these open mics and their finger style sucks because they got their thumb tucked back here and they're playing like this and they'll never get really good at it because their thumb is tucked inside instead of out past. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so now you want me to find.
Now I want you to keep that shape. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about the right hand right now. If you got your seventh chord, okay. Now I want you to find the 4 and the 5, which is, as you told me, is F and G. With this shape, where is F and G on the neck?
Oh, so if I'm in if I'm in C right now,
and the root note is your third finger. That's C. Your third finger.
This one here.
Yeah. I want you to find F and G.
I know this. I do know this. C,
Let's work it out.
D,
Good.
E,
Good.
F. Down here.
You went a bit far. Let's see if you can rethink that.
Well, in this G, F.
Where I can't really tell with your
Okay,
hand.
it's A, C, D, E, F.
No, you went too
G.
far. E to F is only half a step.
So it's C, D, E, F,
There you go.
G.
Very good. So do it with the chord now, please.
Oh, great! Now I gotta put my.
Now, remember the little trick that we learned? The 7th fret on the string is what note? Is the same as 7th fret.
The 7th fret.
Yeah. It's
Well,
the same as
the
let's read
note, the string behind it,
the
right?
string above it.
So this is.
So if this is E, then a half a step up is F. Okay? That's another way to do it.
So E. Okay, so where am I? Hang on.
Give me a C7.
We were doing a C.
Give me a C7.
All right, so God, this is hard. Getting all these fingers working.
Thumb past the fingers, please. There you go. Ooh, that sounds good. Now give me a F7.
I'll give you F7.
There you go. Let's hear it.
No, something ain't right. I'm not right someplace. My fingers.
You gotta keep the shape. You gotta keep the shape and slide it up.
That's a whole.
Slide it up.
That's a whole different
Let's
thing.
get it again.
That's a whole different
slide it up. And we slide it up. That's all we do. We just slide the shape on up to them. And we pay attention to where the third finger is till we get to F. If we slid it, then we should sound good.
But this should be here.
You didn't slide it. Okay, let's hear it. Okay. Somebody's not in the right place.
I'm missing a finger.
Somebody's not in the right place on your fretting hand. When you slid it, you lost your relative positions. Give me a C. Play a C chord. No.
C, D, E. So F's here.
Yeah, that's where your third
Okay,
finger
that's
is.
probably where I screwed it up.
No, it sounds different. Give me a C. Now slide it on up, keeping the shape.
What did I do?
Okay, so, and then we go up to G, which is a whole step up. Slide it up and keeping that shape. There you go.
Yeah. What about keeping that shape?
Yeah, well, you gotta hold it down and
I
just
mean,
slide it.
what is it?
Just slide
Is it
it.
just a matter of strengthening your fingers?
No, it's a matter of keep holding the chord and just sliding. Don't pick up the fingers. Okay, so let's do it again.
Okay.
C.
Wait, I'm off. I'm off.
Thumb past the fingers, please.
I'm off here.
You are off. Your third finger's not on. Your third finger's not on the fifth string. Not on your fretting hand. Your third finger is not on the fifth string.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do,
There you go.
do. Okay, so I'm all off. I'm all askew. All right, so we're here, 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 and here. And then here, and then.
There you go.
That sounds terrible.
Yes, it does. But it will sound good one day. Keep the thumb out here. There you go. Okay, so this is the pattern. Very nice song.
Do I recognize that note? The Beatles too?
Yep.
Or is it
Right, very good.
Like, no, wait a minute.
She's a woman.
My girl, she don't keep happy. Wow, that's hard.
It's not that hard, but
It is right now.
because you can do this, you just have to remember to keep everybody in their relative positions when you slide on up.
How do you do
Slide
that,
on up.
though?
You just slide on
Well, nothing's.
up. Slide on
Look, if I could just slide on up.
up. Just slide on up.
I would.
Well, of course, it's as with everything you've done and gotten better at. It's awkward at first.
It's got-
See this seventh. I want to show you this because this chord is used a lot in blues. A lot. Just keeping this shape on the neck.
Let's look at that. Look at that.
There you go. Just remember to keep that shape. Now, we've talked about. And do you
Okay,
have the
that's a
do
little
you have
better.
do you have the page that describes the difference between a seventh and a seventh and a major seventh?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's it look like? Do you got one?
I should. I'll look in a minute. But I want to talk about that because we did a C. Give me a C chord. This is a little bit of knowledge now. We're mixing our knowledge with our technique today. Okay, where do we put our pinky to make it a seventh?
It's on the, actually, it's supposed to be the third string on the third fret.
Yeah, there. So we know the second fret is A. So all we did was go and make an A sharp. Why is that a seventh?
I'm sure you're about to tell me.
What's the distance between B and C?
Nothing.
Half a step.
Oh, is it? Wait a minute.
That's the
I
distance.
mean, it's-
There is nothing between, but that's the distance from one to the other. Right?
Okay.
And so, in order to get a seventh to any note, we have to go down a whole step. So what's a whole step down from C? A whole step. We want to go a whole.
I have no clue what you're trying to tell me.
You know what I'm saying. Well, how far, what's the note that is a whole step down from C? It's not B, because B is only a half a step down from C.
Oh, okay.
So what's another half step? We got to go plus.
And
another-
A sharp.
That's right. Another half step would be A sharp. Or what's another name for it? B flat.
B flat.
Yeah. So to create a seventh, any seventh, and technically they call them dominant seventh, but we don't use the word in guitar. We don't use when we say C7. We don't say C dominant seven. We just say C7. As opposed to when we're making a major seven, we have to say major seven.
Okay.
to
Oh,
dis-
by
to
the way,
distinguish it.
just for the record,
Yeah.
right now as you're speaking,
Yeah.
I'm like in a Peanuts cartoon.
Mark, wah, 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 Mark, wah, 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 wah.
Sorry. Well, I mean,
No,
we
okay.
haven't really gone over this, so, you know, we're going to go over this a bunch more. It's got to sink in, and
Yeah, of
it's
course.
not sinking in right now.
Okay, but
Just to be honest.
but to make a C7, what did we do? We added an A sharp, which is in relative position a whole step down from C, right? It's a whole step down from C to get to A sharp.
Okay. Because you got two halves in there.
Two halves. Let's
two
do
halves.
it. Let's do it.
And two
Let's-
halves make a whole.
Let's go. Let's go C with our third finger on the fifth string. Just the note C. Okay. Go a whole step down from there.
Well, sure.
Go a whole step down from C. A whole step down. There you go. What note is that?
Well, if I had to guess,
Don't guess. No. What's the open string? What's the open string?
D,
Huh? Open string 5 is what?
A.
So half a step up is A, what? A sharp.
Okay, back up.
Open A string. Open A
Okay,
string.
we're doing a C.
We are.
Oh, so open A sharp.
I'm just trying
I
to
got
help,
it.
help me identify the chord.
No, I got it.
Okay.
See,
So that's what we did. We went from C. We added a seventh to the C.
okay.
Why is it a seventh? Because there's 7 whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If we go 8, we're back where we started. So a seventh to any note is the whole note before it. The seventh to any note is the whole note before it. Now the reason B is not a seventh to C because it's not a whole note before C. It's only not a whole step. It's only a half a step. We have to go a whole step to get the seventh that's relative to
All right,
C.
now stop for 1 second.
You said you're good at math.
I am, but
Okay.
you know.
Okay. So
All right, so
Question?
that applies to F and G too.
very good. It does. So what would be the seventh to F?
Oh, the seventh to F, it would be an E sharp.
It'd be a what?
Oh, I'm sorry, seventh to F. I'm thinking of G. So it'd be it'd be a D sharp.
That's
Or
right.
an E flat.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. A seventh to any note is a whole step flat. Okay. So you can add the seventh in different ways. You can do it like an E. Here's E. If I put my pinky here, I'm a whole step down from E. I've got E7. And you can hear it. But sometimes we do E7 by turning this E right here into a D. And that's E7 also because we took the root note and we went flat a whole step. Here's the root note here, or this, and I put a D here, which is a whole step down from E, and we can hear the seventh. But sometimes we do it like this, and we can hear the seventh on here. Here's a D, and here's a D. Sometimes we do both to give it extra sound. That's also E7 with my pinky on the D note and the open D string. I've changed I haven't changed, well, sometimes you change, but sometimes you just find the seventh or to the whole root note. Root note is E, the seventh to the root note is D.
Because we're going back to where I'm still a little lost on knowing the neck.
I know. Well, this is why I emphasized knowing the neck.
Well, I agree.
I'm pointing out the notes, and you're not quite there.
Yeah.
But the principle applies regardless of how familiar you are with the fretboard. How do we create a seventh? A seventh to any note is the whole step note before it. That you see why it makes it a seventh? Because we got 8 notes. If we go 8, and we got 7 notes. If we go 8, we're back where we started. So the seventh note to any root note is the one that's right before. If we have a, let's say we have a G.
Did your little 10-year-old kid understand this?
No.
Okay. Well, I feel better.
What note do we add to make a G into a G7?
What note do we add? To a G7?
How do we turn a G into a G7?
I don't know. Wait a minute, F, G, a G7?
There's a G.
I would assume we gotta add an F flat.
That's right. We gotta no, just an F. Remember, it's a whole step down. Just a whole step down. Here's G. Here's G7. F instead of G. Now I've got a G7. Here's G in a bar chord. I add an F. G7. This note is F. It's the same as this. So G. G7. Okay. E. E7. And so on. D. Here's the root note. D. I'm going to go down a whole step to C. Make it a D7.
I did know D7.
Yeah. Now you know why it's a
Because
seven.
that
the
was...
root note. The root note
Okay.
going down a whole step.
Yeah, see, I gotta get into this neck thing, and I'm busy practicing the other crap.
Well, here's the thing, and I've said it before. The guitar is knowledge and technique. You've been practicing your technique, but I've got to put some knowledge in there too, because then what happens is that the technique starts to make sense. You know, it's not just by rote. Now it starts to make sense. Oh.